Looking good, YouTube. My name's Love Game, or PD1 Piranha if you prefer, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. We're gonna head up to this, place. I don't know where it's gonna lead us, honestly, because that second bell sounds like some serious business. If'n you ask me. Unfortunately, the mace is quite slow, so we have to deal with that until we can get something going with it, you know? By which I mean we're just gonna like upgrade the fuck out of it so it'll do more damage. We have a guy here just chucking firebombs with wild abandon. I can't believe I blocked that. I have a few basic kind of soldier enemies here. Nothing too big, but compared to Dark Souls 2 and 3, these guys tend to kind of do a berserk move more so than the rest of the basic soldiers, if you want to just call them that. They're just hollow soldiers, so whatever. We got this guy again. Nice! Getting that riposte, baby. Got a soul here as well. There's not too much in terms of like amazing loot early on, so don't worry about missing anything if you happen to walk past something glowy in this game so far. I do like the two-hand in this game when I can, because it does a lot more damage. Like so. We have to go through the sewer chamber here to reach our first major destination here, which is known as, drumroll please, the Undead Burg. Now, I would like to talk about this. Oh shit, let me talk, you fucking... There we go, that's what you get. You get backstab fished, and so do you. Anyways, I want to talk about this place, Undead Burg, because I'm going to be incredibly blunt here. This is one of my least favorite places in the entire series. Not because it's hard, not because any part of it is bullshit to play through. I just don't find the place interesting. Every other area, it was the first area of any Souls game, I worded that oddly, but every early game of the Souls series is much more interesting than this. I don't like this area because it's incredibly bland and doesn't have a lot going on. There's not much detail to it, there's not a lot of lore behind it. And this is why I disagree with people that say this game has the best early game. I just don't find it interesting, and even the enemy placement is a little bit odd to me, if I'm being honest. It's not like bullshit, it's just a little... Huh, I saw a guy over there, I guess that was just those pinkish looking vines. I don't know. The previous game, so to speak, is in the spiritual predecessor of Dark Souls, which is called Demon Souls. Had a bit more going for it. Can't attack those guys when they're getting up. Be careful here. Bit of an ambush. Watch my stamina here, I'm getting a little low. Okay, this sucks. Alright, here we go. Even these basic enemies can kind of catch you off guard, though. Not to a point where it's not bullshit. By the way, that rubbish you get is not actually trash. It is used for something later, hint hint. I will show you what that is when the time comes, and so do I. But yeah, the previous game, Demon Souls, had you start off in Boletarian Palace, which is a very interesting location. It is a large, castellated segment of the game that has a lot of detail put into it, a lot of sort of, for example, the rooms have a lot of detail. They have furniture laid out, they have all kinds of little, like, food and wine sitting out on the tables. Stuff that gives the game life. this game, inversely, as you can see, only has, like, barrels and crates and stuff in most of the houses in this part of the game. It looks like something someone would make in Halo 3's Forge, by the way. Don't step too far. We'll be seeing more of him later on. Yes, I did assume that dragon's gender. Please send a lot of angry comments my way. I need that right now. Watch out for the archers, because they're a staple of the Dark Souls series in general is that their arrows can in fact home in on you. I don't know how that works in terms of the lore, but that is in fact a thing that can happen sometimes. There's a double kill for you. Let's go ahead and dispatch this guy, shall we? Sadly, no drop. Now, I want to disclose right now that yes, I will be doing this entire game solo. So, no help from any online players. Like, where'd he go? Is he up here? Oh, he disappeared. Well, there was a summon sign here. Summon signs can be used for co-op if you have the proper item. I personally will not be using them. I want to beat this game by myself, so any of my friends who want to play the game with me, I'm sorry to say I will not be playing this session with you. Because, again, I just want to solo the game. But if you are having trouble, personally, I will not... There is no shame at all in using summons. I know sometimes it's considered to be kind of a scrub tactic, if you will, but I personally believe that it's fine if you are having trouble and you just don't want to spend, you know, hours in the same segment over and over again. There's nothing wrong with it, in my eyes anyway, in my discerning eyes. Now, at any bonfire in this game, you can level up. We're going to level up our strength stat for right now, as well as our vitality to get a bit more health. And I believe... I guess I'll put up my endurance a few times, just to get more stamina and equip load. Equip load is important in this game because you definitely need to be able to, like, hold as many things as you can at once. By which I mean equip, not literally have in your inventory. This is not... That was awesome. Not like Demon Souls, where you have to worry about the items you have in your inventory. This guy is just being a tryhard and trying to come up the side here to do something that he clearly can't. But yes, here are a couple of summon signs. I'm Disaster and Thorazine Hog. But yes, you can multiplayer, as in, yes, multiplayer is a verb now. This part can be a bit tricky. We have firebomb users kind of bombing this bridge, and enemies on the other side, as you can see. The best idea here is to simply run for it, just like so, and lure these guys into your range, not like I just did there because I was too far, too far away. Oh, are you serious? Let's get a backstab going. We'll never get tired of that. Oh yeah. Yeah, this mace is just absolutely amazing. I can't stop talking about it, honestly. Hollow soldier armor there. We can't quite open this yet because it's not a key door. It's a door that only opens one way, so it's a little bit different in that respect. Let us traverse through this building here and backstab. No, we can't quite do that. Let's just gank that guy, I guess. This is a chest containing, drumroll please, a black firebomb, which is more powerful than a normal firebomb, so packs a bit more punch. A lot of enemies hiding around corners in this area, so be careful. Don't let that catch you off guard, because I believe in you. I believe you're better than that. I believe that you can overcome this game like anyone else. I know this game can be quite of a daunting task to some newer players that don't want to partake, but I assure you it is not as hard as the internet makes it seem. It's all about stamina management for the most part. Not so bad. Have a battle axe there. A decent weapon for the early game. I don't use it personally, but I would not recommend against it. You have some fire bombers over here. Can I get some revenge, I guess you could say? Oh, no double kill that time. Oh well. Can't win them all. Now we are on the roof, as the Southerners would say. Oh, really? There was more than one of you, I see. Oh, nice dodge. Didn't do you any good in the end, though. But yeah, the reason I said to take note of the Silver Knights from earlier is I want to pose a question to you guys. Where in the fuck did these soldiers actually come from? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, personally. Gwyn, as far as I know, only had an army of Silver Knights, not regular soldiers. So the question is, where did these particular soldiers come from? And my personal answer is they wanted to reuse the AI from Demon Souls, and they couldn't think of a creative way to do it, so they just kind of shoehorned regular human enemies in to get you used to the game. Anyways, here is a very lovely set of items here, the gold pine resins. They will make your weapon much stronger, temporarily of course. They are temporary buffs you can add to your weapon in order to just get that extra punch, which I will be showing off later. But yeah, I just don't care for this area. The aesthetic is incredibly boring and it doesn't have a lot going for it. These spear enemies you will want to kick, because they hold up their shields all the time. Oh, are you serious? Only I am allowed to sip. Oh, wow. I see you're quite adamant about this. Of course, you have the strength in numbers here, but I have the strength in blunt sticks with balls on the end of them. Whoops, my bad. As you can see, the kick is kind of hard to pull off sometimes, but I do what I can. That graphical effect you saw right there was the humanity. I was able to obtain a humanity by killing a certain amount of enemies in a row. As long as you haven't killed the area boss, you can in fact get humanity by killing enemies indefinitely, as far as I know anyways. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh shit, not good. Oh shit, that was entirely my fault. I forgot to switch. Thankfully, the spells will respawn at a bonfire, so it's not so bad. Sometimes I will lightly tap the D-pad and it won't register because I don't hit it hard enough, so my bad in that respect. Ma B, as Chillin would say. Down here is, as a matter of fact, more of these spear assholes. They will continuously turtle for the most part. A little bit of a fighting game term there, but it can be used for other genres as well. For just using mostly defensive tactics. Thankfully, they are easily dealt with once you use the trusty kick. That was replaced with a guard break in Dark Souls 2, which was actually much more powerful because you could use it at almost any enemy that was blocking, which could be followed up with a riposte, so it was kind of overpowered if you ask me. If and you ask me anyway. We have a little bit of an ambush here, but we can take care of that with a bit of spacing. Again, more fighting game terms. Spacing is quite important in Dark Souls. As you can see by me whiffing attacks with a very short-ranged weapon here. And making orgasm noises when I get hit, because that is just how this game operates. I am actually, now that I'm in kind of a safe place here, I'm going to BRB for a second. And I have returned. By the way, this game, I didn't know this before, but if you play with headphones, you can notice it has a audible breathing effect for the player character. A little bit creepy, but then again, this game does have some... It's not a horror game, but it has some creepy elements to it, like this guy right here.
Well now, you seem to have your wits
Kind of
about
a
you.
skeleton man.
Then you are a welcome customer.
The
I
hell
trade
is...
for souls.
I mean, he
Everything's
has
for
no
sale.
nose, so it's not like he's going to be able to talk with it. Anything. This guy sells some basic stuff. He's got the throwing knives. Repair powder in this game is useless. Don't buy it. Firebombs, Lloyd's Talisman. This is for if you want to write hints down for other players to discover later on. We have the residence key here, as well as the bottomless box, which is used to store items. A few basic weapons here, not too bad. A bow as well, some shields. I kind of, yeah, I'll get this shield, fuck it. And then we have arrows and a bit of armor here, some chain armor. So kind of your first major immersion in the game. You are welcome, my friend. Let's go ahead and equip that thing, shall we? The heater shield can block 100% of physical damage. Fun fact, historical fact actually, this shield in real life was named because it resembles an iron, like the one you use to iron clothes with. That's why it's called a heater shield. I don't know where they came up with that, but that is actually true. We have the same people here, I think? No, we have Lil Broomstick, our up-and-coming rapper. Oh boy. Alright, how are we going to handle this, I wonder? You know what? I'm going to come back here later for something else. So for right now, I want to kind of forge on. There is, in fact, a trap coming up. I will show off what it is. See that barrel? You can dodge it. Or not. You know what? I'm fine with that. I've actually never died to that before, so you know what? First time for everything. Whoops. I didn't mean to. Well, it was already equipped anyway. You know what? It's all good. We can't have this game without a few deaths, and at least it wasn't to an actual enemy. And yes, I like to keep myself human. That's just how I play this game. And plus it keeps the, you know, keeps the opening for invaders, so it's actually nice to, spice the game up a bit. Oh, I can kill him in one hit. Not bad at all. I did not know that until now. Again, the mace is quite beastly. When I played this game and switched to the broadsword, I was incredibly disappointed. But you know what? You know how we can redeem ourselves, don't you? If you answered, well, we need to get there first. Unfortunately, this archer's kind of on our ass right now, but we just need to get to cover over here, and it's not so bad. But you know, in all seriousness, I was kind of hoping I would die a few times in this LP, because, like, death is actually a part of the experience in this game, in a sense, because it has the whole, like, retrieving your body mechanic, which is kind of cool. And the humanity as well, so it's not necessarily, you know, something to be ashamed of, if you want to call it that. Get you guys out of the way. And kick. And strong attack, and finish him off. Got a helm there I'm not going to use. Now, I was trying to show kind of the express way of dodging that, but you can actually just kind of run down the stairs and do this. I was just hoping I could get down there, because I believe there's an item. But you know what? I don't necessarily care all that much. You can go down here. I will do that later. I believe there are items up here, though, in fact. Let's go ahead and look for them. I believe they're in these barrels, actually. And one of the floors, as a matter of fact, although I'm not sure which one. We'll have to keep looking just to make sure. Come on. There you are. These, my friend, are known as banging on the walls, also. What the fuck? That was weird. Oh yeah, I got a Kindle. That is a crystal lizard. It will drop upgrade materials for you, so if you want to upgrade your gear, that's the way to go. Okay, on to our first non-tutorial boss. First things first, I'm the realist. Climb this ladder. Unfortunately, sometimes you will take damage here, although I did not, thankfully. Except for right there. Take care of those archers first, because they will hurt you in the boss if you do not. Now, get that inventory open. Get that gold pine resin equipped. Get your... By the way, you can hold down B to descend ladders faster. Just a little fun fact there. Let's get the gold resin ready. Now, get over to the tower and... Come on. Alright, run the fuck back and go to the ladder. Trust me. This is the Taurus demon. A boss I don't personally care for because it's just a facsimile of the boss in the tutorial. All you have to do is do the same thing as last time. Get that resin. And dropping attack on him. Or plunging attack, whatever. You can in fact go between his legs. That sounded terrible. Trying to do that right now, but thankfully I have the good shield so it can block most of his damage. We just don't want to get too close to the edge, like Happy Feet, Wombo Combo, and all that good stuff. Because he can knock you off. You can knock him off as well with good enough positioning and timing and whatnot. You can, if you want, just keep on going up the ladder and dropping on him over and over again, but you know what? I didn't even need to do that, fam. Take a victory drink here, baby. That's yo doink. You jiving. No drops for me, unfortunately, but... That was the first major boss, as in the not tutorial boss. I don't like him very much because he's not all that inspired. 1 second. Taking a drink there so my mouth didn't get dry. Because I don't have any germ right now. But right now we're going to meet one of the... arguably the series mascot. The Pikachu of Dark Souls, if you will.
Ah, hello.
You might recognize this guy if you haven't even played Dark Souls before. This is kind of a...
an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead,
kind of a meme, really, if you want to know my
Lord
opinion.
Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
I do like the touch that he's like, his voice is kind of muffled. He is talking under his helmet.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you.
I pressed X by accident. He's just saying that, like, you want to join him in cooperation.
Our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance?
I don't think so.
Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
I'd be happy to, sir.
Greatly. Well then, take this.
And that is how you do co-op in this game.
In a strange land, the flow of
Are you a fan of Iron Maiden, Solaire?
with heroes centuries old phasing in and out? The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world, but use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, You must be blind.
Stop doing that.
Oh, hello there. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.